Right, hi guys. So apparently there is an ongoing issue with the A7R Mark IV and a dust issue. Apparently the sensor attracts dust. Well, it's not going to attract dust any more than any other sensor. And you just need a couple of tools to actually keep it clean. It's not an issue. You don't need to do wet wipes on it, wet wash with swabs or anything like that. You don't need to send it away to be cleaned, unless it's really grubby, and obviously it's got something on there that you won't come off, then you might have to, but generally it's generally just a speck of dust. Two places where you get dust is on the back of the lens and around the actual lens mount. So that's where dust accumulates if you don't keep the camera clean. So most days, before I use the camera, I give it a bit of a blow over. You get the odd and stubborn bit there, which will come off. There you go. Like so. And I have got a little makeup brush that I use, which you just brush over the camera. It just knocks off anything that's slightly sticky comes off as well. So that's the first thing. Keep your camera clean, especially around the lens mount. Two, basically when you're taking the lens off, do it like so, have it facing down, because that way when you do take the lens off, dust can't fall inside the camera. And then generally I just blow up inside the camera, and then you shouldn't have an issue. If you do have an issue, then obviously you can work on it differently. Lenses, exactly the same situation. I regularly clean around the mount of the lens. That way it stays lovely and dust free and clean, and obviously the glass in the actual lens itself gets it clean. But also before I put the lens on, I always give it a quick blow. And the camera, obviously this is not ideal because I'm working like so, but you can see the sensor there. Normally I would just do that, have it upside down, blah blah blah. But this is how you do it, facing downwards. Do a good old blow, have a look at it, put it into the light. I can see there's no dust on my sensor whatsoever, but I can see some dust around the body, which has built up on the actual lens mount there just a little bit. But other than that, it's clean. Biggest mistake people do before taking lenses off is having the camera turned on. Turn it off. When you turn it off, there's no electricity going to the IBIS, no electricity going to the sensor itself, which obviously electricity causes like electrical fields, or whether we've got static fields as such, which will attract dust. Dust is extremely light, it's extremely easily carried in the wind, the air or whatever, so to stop that you keep the camera turned off when you change lenses. It's the easiest way to do it. Also, the other way of doing it is have it inside your bag, facing downwards. And when you take the lens off, your camera, your lenses, another lens is here maybe. Have the cap ready. Lift that off, give it a quick blow, sit the cap back on. Take your camera, lift it off, leaving the other lens in the bag, like so. Lift the cap off, making sure you've just quickly blown the camera out. Click it on, and then away you go. That's how I generally work. Roughly that. Might be a slightly different sequence depending on the weather, but having it in the bag actually protects it a little bit. The only thing you need to remember also on a regular basis, once every couple of weeks, is vacuum your bag out. So I take everything out of my camera bag and I vacuum it, just to get rid of any dust, any grit, any sand, any mud that's got in there, any leaves or spiders, or a couple of times I've opened it, there's a spider climbed out. I'm like, okay, where did you come from? So it's a simple thing, very simple thing to do, very easy to combat. Just keep your camera clean. It's not difficult. Most days when I come back, I give it a quick wipe over. I've got alcohol wipes, which the best ones actually, and the cheapest way of doing it is to buy medical wipes. So they're just complete alcohol. like a wound wipe they're called. We've got Boots over here in England. They think they're like £1 for 10. So I use one and just wipe it over. They're sealed individually, so ideal to have a couple in the bag if you need to just wipe over the body. It's covered in salt water or something like that. And yeah, so just wipe over, and then it just dries and evaporates. And then yeah, so the other one is obviously a good blower, if you can see that. There you go. A decent lens cloth, or a couple actually. Wash them regularly. I made the mistake of not keeping this one clean, and basically went to clean a lens the other day from a bit of salt water, and it just smeared and dried on, and I couldn't get it off. And I was like, okay, I need to deal with that then. Cleaning lenses, I just basically just breathe on it, breathe gently, wipe it off. I've never done any chemicals on my lenses. Other than that, absolutely, just left them alone really, never any problems. Just keeping your flaps, your door sills and memory card flaps, just blow them out regularly, just keep an eye on them, make sure there's no crap in them, because any bit of grit or anything like that could stop it from sealing properly. The A7R4 now has rubber gaskets everywhere, so it's pretty tight, watertight and everything, so it's a case of now not to have to worry too much. A7R3, mine was absolutely fine in the rain, but what I did do as a precautionary was actually put some black tape down here, black tape over the hinge as well, and it was absolutely fine. I mean, I never got any water in it anyway, but just as a precautionary. Also, I always ended up putting a silicone case over the top of the camera, which was good for Chris, who now owns it, because it's in pretty much brand new condition, because it's not being bashed about or bashed against or rubbed against anything. So makes a big difference, just sort of protecting your kit really. Other than that, guys, I don't think it's an issue at all. I just think it's people just being pedantic and a bit over the top, moaning about things as usual. So yeah, anyway, keep your kit clean, look after it. Obviously keep your bag clean as well, that makes a big difference. And just make sure you turn the camera off. Anyway guys, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and I shall see you soon.